Luxury fashion is in chaos. Lawsuits, data breaches, counterfeit crackdowns, and price hikes. From Gucci and Nike suing influencers to Hermès being targeted by counterfeiters, and Dior's data breach exposing customer information, and SHEIN facing lawsuits and raising prices. Let's unpack it all.
Switch it up.
Welcome back to Vanity Table Talk, where we sip, spill, and serve the real tea on everything fashion, beauty, and culture. Today, we're diving deep into the world of luxury lawsuits and how global fashion shifts are about to hit your wallet and your closet. Buckle up, it's going to get juicy. Now, this next story, whoo! Influencers, you really need to lean in for this one. Nike isn't just taking down fake sellers. They're now going after influencers. Yes, real people with real followings who post, promote, and profit off fake or replica goods. And one of the first major targets? A sneaker content creator named C-Daz. Real name Eben Fox. And let's be clear, this guy wasn't just doing sneaker unboxings. He was allegedly running a whole fake sneaker hustle behind the scenes on TikTok, YouTube, Discord, and even taking a cut from sales. So here's what happened. C-Daz ran a popular YouTube channel and social media presence centered around sneaker culture. Nike, Jordan, Dunks, you name it. But in late 2023, Nike hit him with a trademark infringement lawsuit. Why? Because he was allegedly promoting and selling counterfeit Nike shoes, and doing so in ways that seriously blurred the line between review and resale. He even filmed himself going to return a $15 fake pair of Nikes to an actual Nike store on camera for clout. That video went viral, but guess who else saw it? Nike's legal team. But that was just the beginning. Nike's lawsuit said C-Daz ran a Discord server called Blow Me Squad, where members were encouraged to buy, sell, and trade fake Nike sneakers. He took a cut of every transaction, 7.5%, and acted almost like a shadow reseller. And let's not forget the Panda Buy connection. According to court filings, C-Daz actively worked with replica supply platforms, guiding his audience to them, then pocketing profits while promoting fakes as affordable alternatives. That's when it went from just content to a full-blown federal trademark violation. The court ruled that it was undisputed he sold counterfeit goods. By April 2025, Nike had won a partial summary judgment. In May, C-Daz settled and agreed to pay $1 million in damages. He's now banned from ever using Nike trademarks again, on social, in content, in brand name, period. Let me say that again for the influencers in the back. He now owes Nike $1 million, and that's before legal fees, damage to reputation, and the complete shutdown of his sneaker brand. So what does this mean for you, especially if you're a fashion or lifestyle influencer? It means you can't just say, "This isn't real," in your caption and think that protects you. If you're promoting fake goods, linking to them, or worse, profiting from the sales. You're in the same hot water Sadaz landed in. It also means brands are watching, harder than ever, especially when you use their names and tags to promote something that's inspired but legally infringing. You might think it's just a TikTok trend or a fun Amazon dupe, but these lawsuits are real. These brands are powerful, and they're not playing. And if you're thinking this only applies to sneakers, keep watching, because handbags, accessories, and even perfumes are next in line. That includes those so-called dupes you've been linking in your story highlights. All right, fashionistas and influencers, gather round. This next story is a wake-up call for anyone sliding into DMs to sell or promote luxury items. In a groundbreaking move, Gucci and Facebook teamed up to file a joint lawsuit against Natalia Kokhtenko, a Moscow-based individual accused of operating an international online business trafficking in counterfeit goods. This collaboration marked the first time Facebook joined forces with a luxury brand to combat counterfeiting on its platforms. Imagine using over 150 Instagram accounts and multiple Facebook profiles to flood the market with fake Gucci products. That's not just bold, it's a full-blown operation. Kokhtenko allegedly used these accounts to promote websites like Brenz, MSK.ru, LuxPrimer.ru, and AgentRomanova.ru, where she sold counterfeit Gucci-branded handbags, shoes, clothing, and accessories. Despite Facebook's efforts to disable her accounts and remove infringing posts, she reportedly used automation software to create new accounts in bulk, circumventing Facebook's enforcement measures. And here's the kicker. Gucci's own agents purchased items from her websites and confirmed they were counterfeit. Talk about being caught red-handed. The lawsuit, filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California, accuses Kokhtenko of trademark infringement, counterfeiting, and unfair competition. Facebook also alleges breach of contract for violating its terms of service. Both companies are seeking injunctive relief to bar her from accessing Facebook and Instagram and are pursuing monetary damages. So what does this mean for you, the influencer or content creator? It means that promoting or selling counterfeit goods on social media platforms isn't just unethical, it's illegal. Brands and platforms are now actively collaborating to identify and take down counterfeit operations. If you're involved, even unknowingly, you could be next in line for legal action. The digital age has made it easier to connect with audiences, but it also means your actions are more visible and traceable than ever. This case sets a precedent. It's a clear message. The fashion industry and tech giants are watching, and they're ready to act. So, before you post that dupe or link to a suspiciously cheap designer item, ask yourself, is it worth the risk? If you think it ends with Gucci and Nike lawsuits, no, it's just beginning. Let's delve into the Hermès situation. Everybody's talking about these viral videos showing factories making Birkins for just over $1,000. But let's talk about how that can land you in legal trouble. Is it worth getting sued for a bag? A fake one at that? These viral TikTok videos have showcased Chinese manufacturers claiming to sell luxury products, such as Hermès Birkin bags, directly to consumers at a fraction of retail prices by cutting out the middleman. However, industry experts warn that these products are likely unauthorized replicas or illegal counterfeits. Luxury brands, including Hermès, clarify they manufacture mainly in France and other parts of Europe, not the Chinese factories featured in the videos. There are many YouTubers promoting fake bags now, even the ones we call dupes. I even reviewed them on my channel, the Walmart workin' bag. But that Nike lawsuit hit home. Nike has taken legal action against influencers promoting counterfeit products. These brands are not afraid to come for you, and they have the money and the power. Hermès has been actively combating the proliferation of counterfeit Birkin bags. In a notable case, a French court ruled in favor of Hermès in its dispute with Blau and Company, a company accused of infringing its copyright and trademark rights by selling handbags that mirror the coveted Kelly and Birkin designs. The court affirmed Hermès' exclusive rights in the creative elements of its bags and awarded monetary damages as well as injunctive relief to bar future sales of infringing products. Additionally, Hermès has responded to the viral Chinese factory videos by reaffirming that their products are handcrafted in European ateliers by trained artisans, not mass-produced in factories as claimed in the videos. Luxury handbag authenticators have also warned consumers about purchasing real Hermès Birkins from Chinese manufacturers advertising on TikTok, emphasizing that these sellers often falsely claim to produce authentic products for major brands like Hermès. So, is it worth getting sued for a fake bag? Think twice before making that purchase. The rise of dupes and the thin line with counterfeits. The popularity of affordable alternatives, or dupes, has surged, with retailers like Walmart offering bags that mimic the appearance of high-end products like the Birkin. While these items do not bear counterfeit logos, they raise questions about intellectual property and the dilution of luxury brand exclusivity. Hermès has remained tight-lipped about such products, but legal experts note that the Birkin's distinct elements are trademark protected, and the brand may take action if it deems these dupes infringe upon its intellectual property. Now let's turn our attention to Chanel's legal battle with luxury reseller What Goes Around Comes Around, WGACA. Chanel's lawsuit against WGACA isn't just about one reseller. It's a wake-up call for the entire second-hand luxury market. In February 2024, a New York federal jury unanimously ruled in favor of Chanel, awarding the brand $4 million in statutory damages. The court found WGACA liable for trademark infringement, false association, unfair competition, and false advertising. Chanel argued that WGACA sold counterfeit bags and non-genuine Chanel items, implying an affiliation with the brand through marketing and committing trademark infringements. WGACA maintains that it has never sold counterfeit goods and insists on its rigorous authentication process. The verdict is expected to impact the luxury resale market, potentially raising authentication costs and prompting resellers to reevaluate their practices. For consumers and influencers alike, this case underscores the importance of transparency and due diligence when buying or promoting secondhand luxury items. The ruling also raises questions about the definition of vintage and the standards for authentication in the luxury resale industry. As the market continues to grow, brands like Chanel are taking steps to protect their intellectual property and ensure the integrity of their products. So, before you flaunt that authentic vintage Chanel piece, make sure it's the real deal, because the fashion police are watching. But it's not just Chanel. Do you remember when Gucci sued several large chain retailers? No. Well, let me refresh your memory. In November 2023, Gucci filed lawsuits against Lord & Taylor, Sam's Club, and Century 21, accusing them of selling counterfeit Gucci products. These weren't shady street vendors. These were established retailers offering what appeared to be authentic Gucci items. Imagine buying a Gucci bag from a reputable store, only to find out it's a fake. That's exactly what happened to some customers. Gucci's legal team conducted test purchases from these retailers' websites, acquiring items like the Gigi Marmont shoulder bag for $2,400 and the Horsebit 1955 Mini Gigi bag for $2,199 Upon inspection, these products were determined to be counterfeit. And here's the kicker. Lord & Taylor's counsel admitted they were aware of selling counterfeit products but failed to respond further to Gucci's communications. In a court-ordered inspection of Lord & Taylor's warehouse in New Jersey, Gucci's legal team discovered over 1,200 counterfeit items, including handbags, belts, and shoes. These high-quality counterfeits closely mimicked genuine Gucci designs, posing a significant risk of consumer confusion. Gucci isn't playing games. According to the fashion law, Gucci is seeking $14 million in damages in just one of these cases. And a judge has even recommended contempt charges because Lord & Taylor didn't comply with court orders. The court found Lord & Taylor liable for trademark infringement, counterfeiting, and dilution. A magistrate judge recommended that Gucci be awarded $1.3 million in damages and issued a permanent injunction prohibiting Lord & Taylor from selling counterfeit Gucci products. So if you think this is just about shady marketplaces overseas, think again. This is happening in U.S. department stores, and the ripple effect could hit resellers and influencers next. But what does this mean for us, the consumers? It means we need to be vigilant. If established retailers can unknowingly sell counterfeit products, the risk is even higher when purchasing from less reputable sources. For influencers, promoting or linking to counterfeit products, even unknowingly, can lead to legal consequences and damage to your reputation. The fashion world is watching, and the stakes are higher than ever. Authenticity isn't just about style, it's about integrity. Okay, we've talked about lawsuits, fakes, and crackdowns, but now let's get into something way more personal. Your data. Dior made headlines earlier this year when it was revealed that a massive customer data breach had potentially compromised the personal information of luxury shoppers worldwide. The breach was part of a larger attack affecting Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, LVMH brands via a third-party service provider. And when I say compromised, I mean names, emails, shipping addresses, basically your entire fashion identity just sitting out there waiting to be scooped up. The breach wasn't a one-time glitch. It followed a disturbing trend. Back in 2020, Neiman Marcus suffered a major breach that impacted over 4.6 million customers. In 2023, Moncler confirmed a ransomware attack that resulted in leaked employee and customer data on the dark web. This isn't just a tech issue. This is a luxury issue. If you've ever shopped Dior, bought a fragrance, or joined a mailing list, you could be affected. So, what does this mean for you? 1. You might be targeted for phishing scams using your luxury purchase history. 2. Your resale accounts could be at risk if hackers link your buying history to reselling profiles. 3. You might stop getting VIP perks, or worse, get impersonated online with your info. Luxury isn't just about a bag anymore. It's about data. And these breaches show that even the most exclusive brands have cracks in their armor. And Dior? They've yet to provide a full public explanation. Instead, they've kept things vague, emailing some customers but staying mostly silent. SHEIN. Lawsuits, controversy, and now price hikes. If you thought SHEIN was just a harmless fast fashion site with $7 tops and $12 dresses, buckle up, because behind those cheap prices is a storm of lawsuits, shady claims, and now, yes, price hikes. Let's start with the lawsuits because there are a lot of them. SHEIN has been sued by major fashion designers, indie artists, and even competitors. Allegations include stealing original designs, ripping off small creators, and using algorithms to generate dupes faster than lawsuits can be filed. In July 2023, SHEIN was sued in California by independent designers who claimed their copyrighted art was directly copied and sold at massive scale. Similar lawsuits have popped up in New York, the UK, and even Australia. The claim is SHEIN isn't really a fashion brand, it's a tech company. Think about it. No name designers, no collections, no runways, just AI and data scraping. And that's the real controversy, because if they're just scraping, copying, and flooding the market, who gets hurt? Actual designers, small businesses, even the customer. Now let's talk about how they treat workers, because that's part of why the prices were so low to begin with. Multiple investigations and reports, including one by UK's Channel 4, have alleged that SHEIN's suppliers have violated labor laws, forcing workers to put in 75+ hour weeks with little pay. You're not just paying $6 for a top, you're paying for stolen art, and maybe for someone's sweatshop level wage. And now, after all that controversy, they're raising prices? According to payments.com, SHEIN has quietly raised prices by up to 377% on some of their most popular items. A dress that used to cost $7, now $30. Some coats have jumped to $50 and above. Sure, it's still cheap compared to luxury, but when you factor in the poor fabric, questionable stitching, and the bad press, are you really saving money or just buying more junk at a higher price? And the reason for the hike? Tariffs. With the US cracking down on Chinese imports, SHEIN is reportedly trying to avoid billions in duties by restructuring its shipping, but that means higher prices for customers. So here's the question we all have to ask now. If SHEIN's raising prices, still copying designs, still under investigation, and using low-quality materials, what exactly are you paying for? The future of fashion, what happens next, and what will you do? All right, fashion lovers, here's where we zoom out and get real. Because this isn't just about one fake bag or a lawsuit. This is about the entire future of fashion and your role in it. We've just talked about Gucci suing over fakes and dupes sold online. Nike actually winning against an influencer. Hermès not just responding to viral TikToks, but going after sellers in court and winning. Chanel trying to shut down secondhand resale freedom with its WGACA lawsuit. Dior dealing with a data breach that could put you at risk. And SHEIN turning the entire fashion industry into a chaotic, low-quality copy factory, then raising prices on top of it all. But here's what it really means. The line between luxury, fake, and dupe is blurrier than ever, legally and socially. Influencers, resellers, and regular shoppers are all getting caught in the crossfire. If you've ever bought, reviewed, or posted about a dupe, even without the branding, this wave of lawsuits should wake you up. Because for the first time, it's not just the factories being targeted. It's the faces, the feeds, the followers, the consumers, the influencers, maybe even you. So here's the question. Are you still willing to take the risk? Are you still chasing price tags over purpose? Are you still falling for a deal when you know it might cost more later, in money, in reputation, in legal trouble? The fashion world is changing fast. The lawsuits are real. The prices are rising. The pressure is on. So what will you do next? Leave a comment below and tell me. How are you navigating this new era of fashion, where fakes, frauds, and lawsuits aren't just headlines? They're your new reality. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, because we're just getting started here at Vanity Table Talk.